Welcome back to another episode. But hey, today we're going to talk about something that I found very interesting. I came across an article about MC Hammer, and we all know who MC Hammer was and is today. He's known for Can't Touch This, and I forgot the other song, but we're going to talk about it. But he's infamous for becoming almost like a one hit wonder, almost, where he accumulated so much wealth off of two songs almost and then lost it for a period of time. But I wanted to read about that, but also see what he's currently into today. And I have Bible scriptures in the end. Just stick with me. So let's go ahead and get into it real quick. So, hey, today, again, this is from this article from Afrotech. Anybody that knows Afrotech, it's pretty much a company that really touches on topics for African Americans or the African descent who are in the tech field. But again, you can see the headline. Even though MC Hammer ran through 70 million in about 5 years, he says he wouldn't change one thing. Now, if you ask me, that's wild. But hey, let's move on to what I'm trying to get to. All right, so let's get into it. I'm not gonna read all of it at all. But again, we already know that he ran through 70 million, but I wanted to read this right here. And it reads, the success of such pop rap hit tracks as You Can't Touch This and Too Legit to Quit made the Oakland-born rapper born Stanley Burrell a certified millionaire. And you couldn't go anywhere without seeing something branded with his name. From cartoons, commercials, MC Hammer was everywhere, bruh. He was everywhere, bruh. And then it says here, unfortunately, it didn't last forever. While he reportedly made close to 70 million at the height of his career, it took less than 5 years for the rapper to unfortunately file for bankruptcy. All right. But again, this is, and this is the part I want us to get to, like the comparison. Fortunately, though, MC Hammer turned it into a testimony after a short career as a minister. So I didn't even know he was a minister at one point, right? But after, as a minister, he began rebranding himself as a tech investor and insider. He invested in several startups and serves as a consultant for places like Salesforce and Twitter. And in the process, he's amassed an impressive net worth of $2 million. And again, per celebrity net worth. And you're like, okay, Dale, what is the big deal with this? The big deal with this is, y'all, guess what? This dude at one point had so much money and then lost it in a short time span of 5 years. That's 70 mil, bruh. 70 mil. And then he loses it, but to learn from it and make 2 million. And you're like, okay, Saint, we'll be getting into. The thing is this, I want to encourage us today, right? Because a lot of times we want, and in this day and age, we want money fast. People are getting money fast, depending on what you're doing, especially in social media. A lot of times people will go on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever, and they're making skits, they're doing all this other stuff, and they're accumulating clout around their name very quick. They're accumulating quick gimmick gigs real quick, and they're accumulating wealth for a short period, but in the end they lose it. And I want to support this by scriptures, and then after that I have something to tell you with that. But let's get into it real quick. All right. Okay, this is come from Proverbs chapter 20 verse 21, and it says, an inheritance obtained too early in life is not a blessing in the end.
Bing bong.
I'm gonna say it again. An inheritance obtained too early, y'all, in life is not a blessing in the end. And you can sit there and ask, how is that not a blessing, right? I'm able to get it quick. This is the thing. When you get money really fast, you have not obtained a skill set to manage that mass amount of income. Hear me. Okay, just like a business, when you go and you start scaling a business, as you make more, you learn how to manage where you're at. So like for me, I'm just starting out in YouTube. So I'm learning how to manage what I'm dealing with right now for what it takes. So how much it costs to my capital, meaning upfront costs to actually get started, that to have decent quality. Also, how much time I got to invest, how much resources I got to invest out of my own resource in my own pocket to keep this running. So the lights in the studio, from things such as like new equipment, if I need new equipment, how often do I need to replace certain things, right? As I'm going and I'm learning, again, the devil's in the details. As in each season of life, you gain the knowledge and wisdom to manage where you at. But if you accumulate so much so fast, you will squander all of it. That's why when NFL players get into the league, they understand it's a big jump from barely eating and barely surviving in college football. And then when you get to NFL, you're making millions. That's why the average NFL player does not last with their finances, because of they do not know how to manage and steward the thing that they have gained over literally only 1 year or 2 years of ball, right? And they don't have the skill set to manage it. That's why when they get in, they automatically surround themselves with professionals who have gained the knowledge to diversify their money. All right, cool. I got another scripture real quick. Sorry, y'all. Looks like I may not be looking in the cameras because I'm looking at multiple different things. But let's get into it. Again, Proverbs 13. Verse 11, dishonest money dwindles away, but whoever gathers money little by little makes it grow.
Bing bong.
Again, so dishonest money just means like gimmicky types of stuff, right? But I wanted to focus on also the second part of that verse. But whoever gathers money little by little makes it grow. So first, to think that a means to an end. Make your money honestly, right? Whatever you're deciding to do with your life, make your earnings honestly, because in the end, your dishonest money is not going to last. All right. Make it honestly, right? Make it with integrity, but also don't look for a get rich scheme. Right. As well as just whatever business you're venturing off to, whatever ministry you're starting off in, whatever skill set you're trying to develop. Do not try to make shortcuts, because you're going to have an undeveloped product. Right. And that's with everything that we do. Right. If we decide to go through it and learn and go through looking stupid, over time, you're going to develop the right skill set and the right fundamentals. I'll share this real quick and I'll end it. As being a white belt, it's very humbling. Let me give you more context. I'm in jiu-jitsu. I'm big in, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I'm going to make it clear. Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I'm a white belt. And doing this, it's very frustrating because I'm looking at maybe blue belts. And I'm like, bro, how are they able to tap me so fast, right? And sometimes I found it where I may want to try to cheat and not really practice the intricacies and the fundamentals of a specific move. So from a guillotine to learning how to pass guard properly, properly having people in my guard, properly getting side control. These small basic level techniques, sometimes I will just try to do, be a brute and just sort of try to force my way and pass my way through somebody's guard, right? Meaning like somebody's guard is like, okay, they're on their back and they're sitting in between their legs and they have their legs wrapped around their waist, right? And they have them in the guard, right? And sometimes I would try to force my way, but in forcing, not knowing it, I open myself up for my opponent to have another grip on me that I shouldn't allow to happen. But because I disregarded fundamentals and technique, I would get submitted every single time, right? And then there's guys who have the advantage in jiu-jitsu where, okay, because they got size and they got strength, so they just lay on you, right? And they put their full body weight on you, and their hopes is to exhaust their opponent. But when they have an opponent, particularly like brown belts and black belts, even purple belts, right? So it goes purple, brown, black, right? Even down to purple belts, right? If these guys were so technical and they are physically fit in such a way that they are able to have a lot of gas in the tank, these guys know how to work around somebody who is much bigger than them. And technique wins all the time. But check me this, and I'm almost done. Hear me out. But this is the thing. The problem is technique takes forever to learn. Technique takes time, patience, willing to constantly get submitted or just constantly tap out. Technique takes more time to learn than just brute strength and just getting around somebody and slamming somebody down, right? But in the end, technique will allow you to be in jiu-jitsu all the way up to your old age, even in your old age. But if you just want to be brute about it, your longevity is shortened, injuries are prone to happen, and you won't last in the end. Same goes for whatever we try to do in this life. If we try to make it quick, if we try to just quickly just throw the ingredients in and try to bake it and think we're going to get a good cake, it's not going to happen. So I encourage you, stay the race, stay true to what God has placed in front of you, steward it very well, so that in the end, it will pay you back dividends. But until next time, grace and peace.